I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Friday, May 22nd. Today, a bold theft.
Shocked. I was like, how would someone steal a structure?
The wild way a play structure was snatched from a preschool. Also today, hopping back on, while you'll once again see police officers riding and patrolling Winnipeg transit buses. Plus, best in show.
It's competitive, yes. People are here to compete.
Why some of Manitoba's cutest dogs are putting their best paws forward. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Who steals a playground and how? Those are the questions being asked in Headingley tonight after a preschool's outdoor play structure was snatched overnight. With more on this audacious theft, CTV's John Hendricks joins us now live. John, this sounds unbelievable.
It does, doesn't it, Marilee? And not only is it shocking to hear that someone would steal from a children's space, but think about the logistics required to pull this off. Sadly, though, it did happen, and now RCMP are investigating. Now, the incident took place at Guiding Minds Montessori Preschool in Headingley, which serves 53 children. Angie Izzard, the owner and director of the school, says she and her husband had gone to the back of the school to drop some things off in the garbage, and they noticed the fence was down. It was then that she made the shocking realization that the large wooden play structure, which had been bolted down, had actually been stolen.
Rammed my fence, my gate, came all the way in because there's tires all the way in, and probably like cut down because there's pieces of wood because I had another parent really secure the play structure because it blew away one time. So he secured us. He's like, that thing's not moving anywhere. Well, it moved. It got cut down. I know when the RCMP came today, and he goes, I've seen things, but this is shocking. To come and steal a structure, like, that's just absurd. Like, how and why, you know? For me, you know, I'm an adult, I can deal with things, but when you're stealing from kids, that just breaks my heart, you know?
Right now, the school is focusing on repairing the fence so the kids can at least get back to playing outside. But officials are concerned about upcoming programming, such as the end-of-year celebration and summer camps. It's estimated it'll cost a few $1,000s to replace the play structure.
John, how are the students reacting to the loss of their play structure?
Well, Marilee, administrators say the kids are asking a lot of questions like, did a bad man take it? Needless to say, many are sad and upset about the abrupt changes to their playground. CTV's Jeff Keel spoke with the parents of one of the kids, and he'll have more on how families are handling this upsetting situation.
All right, thanks for this, John. A street in the city's Crestview neighborhood was blocked off by police earlier today following a serious two-vehicle collision. The crash happened on Cavalier Drive near Hamilton Avenue around 12:30 this afternoon. As you can see, it appears a red vehicle crashed into the back of a water truck. Police and other emergency personnel were on scene. We've reached out to police for more details. The federal government is investing more than $47 million to build 133 new housing units across Manitoba.
We recognize that building in northern and remote communities comes with significantly higher cost and logistical challenges, which is why sustained partnership is so important. If we want to grow, we need to support the infrastructure that makes sense in the regions that we're growing in.
Northern and Arctic Affairs Minister Rebecca Chartrand says this includes affordable housing for families, seniors, and vulnerable populations. Ottawa also announced $12 million for York Factory First Nation to replace its existing solid waste site with a modern facility.
This project is not simply about moving garbage from one place to another. It is about connecting long-standing environmental and public health risks near our community. It's about protecting our drinking water. It's about protecting the land around us.
Minister Chartrand says the project will support around 250 future housing units in the community. She also announced $8.3 million in funding for solid waste infrastructure for Tatasqueyak Cree Nation. Winnipeg police are asking for information after two separate stabbings sent two teens to hospital. The first happened shortly after 5:30 Wednesday night in the 300 block of Alfred Avenue. Police say a 16-year-old boy was attacked by a group of unknown people. Then, around 5 hours later, a 19-year-old man was taken to hospital after also being stabbed, possibly by a group. This one happened in the 300 block of Pritchard Avenue. Both victims are said to be in stable condition. Now, at this time, Winnipeg police don't believe those stabbings are connected, but they are asking anyone with information to call police or Crime Stoppers. Breast cancer screening is about to become more accessible in southern Manitoba. The province is expanding breast cancer services at the new Portage Regional Health Centre. It's the first time screening and diagnostic mammography is being made available in Portage-La Prairie. Cancer Care Manitoba will operate the screening services. The Portage District General Hospital is earmarking $725,000 for the project, which will go towards completing a mammography suite, new operating equipment, and training.
This screening is going to ensure that thousands of Manitoba women who have had to leave their community to get this care, we're talking about 3,000 and 4,000 folks annually, are going to be able to get that care right here in Portage-La Prairie, closer to home.
Meantime, the province lowered the breast cancer screening self-referral age to 45 in January, and it will be further lowered to 40 by the end of this year. The centre is scheduled to open in the spring of 2027. Someone in Manitoba is $46 million richer. Tuesday, Lotto Spot announced the winning ticket for Saturday's Lotto 649 Gold Ball draw was purchased right here in our province. Now, according to Lotto Spot, it was bought outside of Winnipeg. CTV News has since confirmed the winning ticket was sold at First Stop Grocers in Whitemouth. An employee there says the winner is a resident of the town. No official information about who the winner is has been revealed. They have 1 year to claim their prize.
I'd be keeping it quiet too.
Yeah. Take your time.
People come out of the woodwork when you get money.
This is true. All right, Catherine Dow, I feel like I've won the lottery with your forecast.
We are rich in terms of our weather. I like the way you're thinking, Marilee. Yes, we have so much loveliness to look forward to, but I feel like I'm on Groundhog's Day with these weather forecasts because, again, I have some slightly foreboding news and a slightly foreboding radar to show you. This low pressure system, it's really kind of hung around, if you will. There we go. My clicker is ready for the weekend too. It's really hung around, as I was saying, into the southwest. It's brought rainfall off and onto that region, and it's likely to continue and even push over for us here in Winnipeg. I'll have details on how long that rainfall is going to last, but Marilee was talking about wonderful weather. We have that too. A huge warm up is on the way. I'll have details on that as well. Right now, though, let's cast our eye to the sky. It's pretty gray to close us off, but decently warm, 22 degrees. Strong south-southeasterly winds. Pressure is falling. Humidity at 23%.
The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution.
And our first check-in on traffic brings us to McPhillip Street. Bit of a busy drive here, but it looks to be moving along okay. Otherwise, it's looking pretty gloomy out there, but nothing obvious to slow you down.
Taking a look at the markets tonight, crude oil added 25 cents. The Canadian dollar slid to 72.42 cents U.S. Gold futures lost $19. The TSX rose 61 points. The Dow Jones jumped 294 points, while the Nasdaq was up 50 points. Winnipeg police are hopping back on transit buses to address violent and disruptive behavior. The Transit Safety Project originally ran from last September through the end of the year. Because of its success, police are returning to transit buses, stops, and hubs this weekend. 325 violent crimes were reported at transit locations in 2024. Police say those incidents dropped by 18% as a result of last year's project. The operation will include both uniformed and plain-clothed officers, including members of the new Rapid Response Unit. The Canada Strong Pass is back. The federal government is bringing it back, offering Via Rail travel perks and discounts on admissions to museums and national parks this summer. The pass will be available from June 19th to September 7th. It offers free entry to all Parks Canada sites and rebates for camping fees, as well as free Via Rail trips for people under the age of 18. The Canada Strong Pass was introduced last summer, resulting in increased visits to parks and museums, as well as more people taking the train. Two-time NASCAR champion Kyle Busch has died at the age of 41. The Busch family and NASCAR issued a joint statement Thursday saying Kyle died after being hospitalized with a severe illness. He had been a driver for more than 2 decades. Busch won more races than anyone across NASCAR's 3 national series. He was set to compete in the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway Sunday. Winnipeg Jet star Mark Scheifele played hero for Team Canada at the double IHF World Championships in Switzerland Thursday.
Bouchard jumping in, celebrating, lines in, Bouchard in, feeds it back across, they score! Mark Scheifele, hat-trick goal, and Canada wins at 6-5.
Scheifele buried the OT winner for his 3rd goal of the game, propelling Canada to a 6-5 victory over Norway. The hat trick marked Scheifele's first 3 goals of the tournament. Canada also knocked off Slovenia's 3-1 in round-robin play earlier today. Team Canada remains undefeated at the tournament so far. Some of Manitoba's best boys and girls are putting their best paws forward this weekend. The Fort Garry Kennel Club trial is welcoming hundreds of dogs from Manitoba and beyond for its annual dog show. The purebred pooches will be groomed to perfection before being put through their paces to determine which sets the standard for the best of breed and class. They can also take part in obedience and rally competitions, which look for who's best behaved. Club officials say the competition is fierce but friendly.
We enjoy the activities that we're doing. We do have fun, but yeah, there's a level of competition, but it's always, we try to keep it friendly competition.
Well, the show isn't as big as Westminster. Organizers say the quality of the competitors is great. Along with the dogs, there's also competitions for junior handlers who range in age from 7 to 17. If you're interested in joining the sport or learning about a new breed, the Fort Garry Kennel Club trial runs today through Sunday at Oakbank Community Club.
We Winnipeggers built our own happy land.
A look back, we are going to take you on a trip to Winnipeg's long-lost Happy Land amusement park, how it rose and fell decades ago. Catherine Dow is back now for Spotlight, and you can't say there's nothing to do in Manitoba this weekend.
Sure can't. Here is a look at some of the events that are going on. Now bring your appetite for a weekend of food, fun, and live entertainment at the Manitoba Food Truck Battle. PrairieCon puts the focus on tabletop gaming and hobbies in Brandon. Morden hosts a pop culture expo. The Swan River Historical Museum opens for the summer with a vintage tractor show and shine. The Royal Winnipeg Ballet's Professional Division's Ballet Academic Program takes center stage with their year-end performance Spotlight. The Agassiz Chamber Music Festival blends string quartets with jazz improvisation, heavy metal, and more. The nation's top rhythmic gymnasts show off their athletic excellence and artistry at the Canadian Championships. Miami Power Toboggan Club hosts its annual Mud, Bog, and Car Show. You can find a full list of events this weekend on our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca.
It was 120 years ago this weekend, a massive amusement park opened its gates in Winnipeg.
It was called Happy Land, a dreamlike attraction full of rides, entertainment, and food. But the larger-than-life park came and went in a fit of fantastic, sometimes furious glory.
Winnipeg was a booming city. I mean, these were the Chicago of the North Times of Winnipeg, where everybody figured, we're going to have 1 million people. Give us 20 more years and we'll have 1 million people in the city. And, so people thought big.
Happy Land first opened on May 24th, 1906 on a massive 30-acre parcel of land on Portage Avenue, which we now know as Wolseley. It had a roller coaster, Ferris wheel, a miniature railway, even a baseball diamond. But when Winnipeg's population stalled out, so too did the park. It closed less than a decade later. Still, it is immortalized forever in Guy Maddin's iconic documentary, My Winnipeg. Well, sort of.
I was able to make it a place that didn't just go out of business, but it was destroyed by a bison stampede, and that the city's dispossessed had taken the wreckage from it and moved the Happy Land up out of sight, just where people would prefer the marginalized people to be, out of sight, and they could construct their own grim Happy Land on rooftops.
I love Guy Maddin. So while that bison stampede didn't happen, by the way, an elephant stampede almost did. It's one of the many scary, silly, and downright strange occurrences that actually did happen at the park during its short run. Our CTV Winnipeg digital team dives into all those details in a feature coming to our website tomorrow. Log on to learn more at ctvnewswinnipeg.ca.
I'm definitely going to do that. I'm intrigued. All right, now to a new ruling from the CRTC that means digital streamers will soon have to pay more for Canadian content.
Yeah, the move means online streaming services like Netflix or Disney Plus will have to contribute 15% of their Canadian revenue to Canadian content. That is up from 5%. Meanwhile, traditional broadcasters will see their amount lowered down to 25%. The CRTC says the changes will amount to $2 billion in funding. However, some U.S. politicians claim the policies discriminate against American companies.
Stephen Colbert signed off for the final time last night.
Yeah, it's after 11 seasons behind the desk of The Late Show.
I'll say to you what I've said to every audience for the last 11 years, and I have meant it every time. Have a good show. Thanks for being here. And let's do it, y'all.
So last summer, CBS announced the show would be ending, citing economic reasons. However, some critics, including Colbert himself, questioned whether political pressure played a role, as Colbert has been a vocal opponent of U.S. President Donald Trump. As you can see, Paul McCartney performed as part of the finale in the same theater where the Beatles made their U.S. debut on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1964.
Pretty cool.
No kidding.
Thanks, Catherine.
No problem. And here's your Friday primetime lineup at 7. Catch Celebrity Jeopardy. W5 Avery Haynes Investigates comes next at 8. And Boston Blue starts at 9. It is all right here tonight on CTV. Check in on traffic along Polo Park. Traffic volume starting to thin a little bit. The drive is moving along at a good clip. Everyone getting ready to start the weekend.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
62 people gathered in a pool in Poland for a major championship, but not in the sport you'd think. Yeah, you're seeing that right. The World Championships in diving chess took place last weekend. Matches are played on custom-built weighted magnetic boards, which apparently are perfect for the bottom of a pool. Players have to make each move on just one breath of air.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
I'm bad enough at chess without my lung capacity playing a factor. Yikes. Alrighty, speaking of slightly wet conditions like you feel in a pool, we're still kind of contending with this same low pressure system. You can see it there on the very corner hovering over the Manitoba-Saskatchewan border as we push in. You can still see some very scattered thunderstorm activity. And if you look to the very corner, another system looming, promising to bring a good amount of rainfall overnight to areas of the south, Manitoba, Winnipeg included, excuse me. Our Futurecast gives us a better sense of this. So this original system, I'll call it System 1, that's been hanging around for the last couple of days. It kind of has an L-shaped pattern going on. It's been bringing rain and thunderstorm activities to parts of the southwest, while we've been dealing with a good amount of sunshine. But as the evening progresses, we start to see this system push up, likely bringing some rainfall for us. Periods very scattered for us here in Winnipeg and the surrounding Red River Valley, while it's likely to continue with that original system in the south southwest. More instability could be present with some thunderstorms expected in Dauphin. Slighter chance of rainfall in Brandon, but about a 30% shot nonetheless. Meanwhile, as that system drifts to the north, it brings a slight chance of some rainfall, particularly to the northwest, while we start to see ours intensify and swirl. Into tomorrow, we're likely to start the day off with some rainfall, but then from there, it should taper off. As our futurecast shows us, it's pushing off into the northeast, where it brings some rainfall to areas in Ontario as well, Kenora and Dauphin, while we could deal with more of a mix of sun and cloud. Rainfall, speckles of it still possible overnight on Sunday, but from there, we're really in the clear, not only in terms of our conditions, but in terms of our temperatures. First, though, we have a decent night ahead, 9 degrees with those showers. Winds have been pretty strong the last couple of days. This will be the last night for a little bit with those very fast and furious gusts. Out of the southeast tonight at 20, gusting at times to 40. And then tomorrow, a below seasonal high of 18 degrees with those morning showers, clouds into the afternoon, and those winds taper off nicely and shift out of the north at 15 kilometers per hour. This is our turning point, very much so. While we could see some showers overnight into Sunday, it'll clear off, and then those temperatures begin to pick up. 23 degrees on Sunday under clear sunny skies, and then by Monday, we're cracking the 30-degree mark under a lot of sunshine. So 30 degrees on Monday, and we're on a steady climb from there. 33 on Tuesday, and it's looking oppressively hot just by midweek, 35 or 37 degrees. A reminder, when it gets that humid, that could brew some instability out there, so there's always a chance of a stray thunderstorm or two. Right now, it's looking clear and sunny and hot, so for all those who have been missing not typical May values, but have been longing for summer, you're going to be getting your wish. Hopefully, it's going to be what you asked for, because yes, these are very extreme temperatures. Your Skywatch picture of the day, this adorable little guy enjoying the daffodils in Oakbank, where spring has definitely sprung. Thanks to Pam for snapping that photo. And our next weather photo takes us out to Flin Flon. Jamie snapped this one. Some very interesting clouds or mist there rising up over the river. Thank you to you both for submitting those photos. And if you've got any to share out there, we'd love to see them. Email your entries to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Skywatch Weather Pick of the Day brought to you by Provivo, Winnipeg's first and only longevity medicine clinic. Redefining health, performance, and aesthetics. Provivo.com.
The hippopotamus is often described as the deadliest animal on land, but you can make an exception for this little cutie. Take a look. This rare pygmy hippo enjoyed her first outdoor bath Wednesday at the Berlin Zoo. She was born on May 9th and doesn't yet have a name. Zookeepers say the little hippo is developing well and gaining weight steadily.
How do I get the job of bathing the little hippos?
Oh my goodness, how cute. How do these grow up to be the most deadliest animal on land?
Couldn't hurt a fly. Lies. Cutie wouldn't hurt anyone.
All right, that does it for us this hour. Don't go far, though. We're back at 6 with much more local news. Hope to see you then.